this is a great article from the Content Marketing Institute. The Ghost Workforce: How AI is Reshaping Content and Marketing Roles in 2026. So what's interesting is what this is saying is that 76% of marketers say they're doing the work of more than one job, and 11% of marketers say the organizations have replaced workers with AI tools. So I thought that was interesting. Let me just read some of the other stats here. It says 91% of marketers say they're expected to do more without additional support. 50% say they were assigned new responsibilities in the last year without a promotion or raise, and 59% describe their current workload as overwhelming. So I find this very interesting because Content Marketing Institute, it's great. It's all about content and marketers, obviously. And so, but this is kind of like what we've been talking about earlier today, which is that marketers are able to do more with less now and are able to use AI as a tool to help them. But I also feel like it could also, I think that internal C-suite of companies need to be careful too. Honestly, like that's my just advice to like internal folks is you don't want your team burning out because you don't want to say, oh, well, they have AI, so now they can just set all these realistic expectations of all these projects, knowing knowing okay, even with AI's assistance, sure it helps in scale, but you don't want to just be unrealistic and then burn out your team. So there's a lot to unpack here with this. So Catherine and John, what do you guys think on this one?
I feel like this happens. This is another thing that happens when a new technology comes out. People get excited. They make all these changes and decisions.
Yep.
It's part of the shift.
Right.
What everyone is probably going to realize is that the truth is somewhere in between what we think it is.
Right.
And like you said, you don't want to burn out your workforce. You don't want to fire your workforce, then realize you needed them. Because you might realize that because AI isn't the whole picture. Somebody has to operate. If you use AI as a tool, it's a tool. It's not your workforce. It's somebody has to power it. Well, anyway, all that aside, this is just the way things go, I feel like, and it's just one of those things we have to wait and see how it plays out. I feel like this phase is not going to last. I feel like it's going to change into something that's a lot more realistic.
Yeah, I agree. John, what do you think on this?
I feel like you'd be hearing like the same results no matter what. I feel like people are always saying, "Oh, I'm getting more work than usual." I don't know how much has to do with AI and how much has to do with just like natural, like just having a job, right? So, I'm sure that AI comes into like the conversation when assigning people tasks, but I don't know how much it's really being like, oh well, now they can do this faster, right? Because we haven't had it for long enough to be able to say like, yeah, you can consistently do this task way X amount faster. Like you don't have that information really.
Yeah. You know what the challenge is, though, John, is a lot of the C-suite, a lot of these companies don't use these tools properly.
Mm-hmm.
So they have no way of knowing.
Yeah.
So their expectations are wrong right out of the gate. Because first of all, a lot of them, they say, oh, just get it done, right? Like, just get it done. We need results. Okay, well, that's a vague statement, right? So it's kind of like, so you kind of have to know, okay, what type of work goes into this stuff? Be realistic for your team, for your marketing team, and understand that, yeah, AI is a tool to help them, but you cannot replace them. And I think again, time's really going to tell, like you guys have been saying. I mean, it really is going to tell. But I think that eventually we may see this kind of shift where, expectations are realigned. I think, across the industry. So, be interesting to see.